हेलो फ्रेंड। आज के लेक्चर में हम चैप्टर सीक्वेंस को डिस्कस करेंगे। इससे रिलेटेड डेफिनेशन देखेंगे, फिर उससे रिलेटेड नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में थ्योरम्स देखेंगे एंड क्वेश्चन भी देखेंगे। क्वेश्चन इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, 3-4 ही क्वेश्चन करेंगे एंड इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन करेंगे जो एग्जाम के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इंपॉर्टेंट हैं। ये काफी रिच चैप्टर है। लेट्स स्टार्ट द चैप्टर। डेफिनेशन ऑफ सीक्वेंस. Let n be the set of natural number and R be any set of real numbers. Then a sequence in R is mapping f such that n is mapping R such that fn is equal to xn belong in R. For all small n belong in capital R, the set x1, x2 xn of elements of range of f is a sequence in R, and numbers x1, x2 xn are called the first terms, second terms, nth terms of sequence. A sequence whose nth terms is xn is denoted by xn, and if can write as this sign is known sequence. एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं आगे. sequence xn is equal to sequence alpha की power n such that small n belong in capital N, that x is equal to 2 comma 2 की power 2 comma 3 की power 3 2 की power 3 and 2 की power n. Second example, sequence xn is equal to sequence 1 upon n such that small n belong in capital N. Example, 1 comma 1 by 2 comma 1 by 3 1 by n . Example 3, secant xn is equal to minus 1 की power n such that small n belong in capital N. minus 1 comma 1 minus 1 comma 1 minus 1 so on. कन्वर्जेंट सीक्वेंस. कन्वर्जेंट सीक्वेंस की हम डेफिनेशन देखते हैं. ये भी सीक्वेंस का ही पार्ट है. डेफिनेशन, अ सीक्वेंस xn is said to be convergent sequence of the limit n tends to 0 xn finite. Example, the sequence xn is equal to 1 comma 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2 की पावर 2. एक्चुअली में ये 1 by 2 ये लिखा हुआ है 2 की पावर 2 कॉमा 1 by 2 की पावर 3 . एक्चुअली में इसकी फॉर्म ऐसे लिखी हुई है, इज एन कन्वर्जेंट. हम डाइवर्जेंट सीक्वेंस की डेफिनेशन देखते हैं. डेफिनेशन, अ सीक्वेंस xn is said to be a divergent sequence if limit x tends to infinite. इनफाइनाइट लिखा हुआ है, ये is not finite. That is, if limit x tends to 0 is equal to plus infinite or minus infinite, that is called integers. Example, the sequence xn is equal to 2 comma 2 की पावर 2 2 की पावर 2 comma 2 की पावर 3 divergent to plus finite, as here x n is equal to 2 की पावर n, that is written is 2 की पावर n. and limit xn is equal to limit 2 की पावर n, limit 2 की पावर n is equal to infinite. and sequence xn is equal to minus 3 comma minus 3 की पावर 2 comma minus 3 की पावर 3 divergent to minus infinite, as here xn इज इक्वल टू 3 की पावर 3 इज इक्वल टू माइनस एक्स माइनस इनफाइनाइट. Limit of sequence definitions. A sequence xn is said to be tend to the limit x when n tends to infinite if there exists a positive integer no suffix में o है n के which depend on epsilon naught is greater than 0 such that xn minus l less than epsilon naught for all n greater than n0. Symbolically we write limit x tends to infinite x n is equal to l, that is a symbol of epsilon naught. You remember this sign here, and this is n suffix में, right friend? Bounded sequence. A bounded below sequence. A sequence x n is said to be bounded below if there exists a real number mn such that xn greater than m1 for all small n belong in capital N. Example, sequence xn is equal to n such that small n belong in capital N. That is capital N. Small n x sequence xn is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 such so on is bounded below as there exists a number 1 which is less than each terms of the sequence, that is xn greater than is equal to 1 for all capital N, मतलब natural number. Capital N is represented natural numbers. Bounded above sequence. Sequence xn is said to be bounded above if there exists a real number m2 such that xn less than is equal to m2 for all small n belong in capital N. Sequence xn is equal to minus n comma small n belong in capital N is equal to sequence 1 comma 2 comma 3 so on. It's obvious that xn less than is equal to 1 for all small n belong in capital N. xn is bounded above by minus 1. Bounded sequence. A sequence is said to be bounded sequence if there exists two real number m1 and m2 such that m1 is less than xn less than m2 for all small n belong in capital N. Example, xn is equal to minus 1 by n such that small n belong in capital N. 0 less than xn less than is equal to 1 implies that xn is bounded sequence by 0 and 1. There is a sign of implies that. Unbounded sequence. If there exists number n0 numbers m belongs that are such that xn less than is equal to m for all, this is sign for all, n belong in small n belong in capital N, then the sequence axis is defined to be an unbounded sequence. For example, if xn is equal to 2 की power minus n, then मतलब the xn hence the sequence xn that is x की power, this is ये लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पर साइन मिसिंग था, then 2 की पावर n minus 1 is bounded above. Here monotonic sequence definitions, इस पे डेफिनेशन है, इस पे थ्योरम भी है. थ्योरम को हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर्स पे कंप्लीट करेंगे. अभी हम डेफिनेशन को समझने को ट्राई करते हैं. A sequence Xn is called a monotonic sequence or a monotonic sequence of it satisfy one of the following conditions. दो कंडीशन है जो फॉलो करें. फर्स्ट कंडीशन Xn is greater than X1 plus for all small n belong in capital N. That is, अगर ये फर्स्ट एक्सिम सेटिस्फाई करती है तो सेकंड एक्सिम Xn less than Xn plus 1 for all small n belong in capital N. अगर सेकंड एक्सिम फॉलो करती है तो मोनोटोनिक सीक्वेंस होगा. Monotonic increasing sequence definition. A sequence Xn is called a monotonic increasing sequence or monotonic non-decreasing sequence if Xn plus 1 greater than or equal to Xn, comma n belong in capital N, where n is are natural numbers. Capital N is represented natural numbers. For example, 1, 3, 5 dot 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 2n minus 1 dot dot so on is a monotonic increasing sequence. Friends, आई कैन से कि आप नोट्स बनाएंगे तो एग्जाम के टाइम पे आपको प्रॉफिट होगा. Monotonic decreasing sequence definitions. A sequence Xn is called monotonic decreasing sequence. Monotonic decreasing sequence or monotonic non-increasing sequence if Xn plus 1 less than Xn for all small n belong in capital N. For example, 1, 2 by 1, 2 1 2 by 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 6 dot 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 1 by 2 n dot 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 is monotonic decreasing sequence. इसके कुछ नोट्स पॉइंट्स देखते हैं. If the sequence Xn is a monotonic sequence if it is either monotonic increasing or monotonic decreasing sequence. नोट्स पॉइंट्स हैं. इफ द सीक्वेंस, अगेन मैं रिपीट करता हूं फ्रेंड, इंपोर्टेंट नोट पॉइंट है फ्रेंड. मैं आपसे बोलूंगा कि आप नोट्स बनाएं, आपके एग्जाम के टाइम पे आपको बेनिफिट होगा, रिवीजन करने में प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. एंड आगे नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में सब सीक्वेंस की डेफिनेशंस को कवर करेंगे, इन्फीमम सुप्रीमियम को कवर करेंगे, उससे रिलेटेड थ्योरम्स देखेंगे एंड कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन भी करेंगे. आई थिंक 3 से 4 इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस हैं, उन्हें हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर्स में कवर करेंगे. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो फ्रेंड.